Lesson 12 of Ready Math, we're continuing to work with three-digit numbers. So we've started to understand that there's now that third digit working in the hundreds place. We've practiced reading and writing those three-digit numbers, and now we're looking at comparing them and deciding which number, if there's two of them, would be bigger. So again, just like everything else we've done with three-digit numbers, we want to look at it in place value understanding. So we're going to look at it as the hundreds, we're going to look at it as the tens, and we're looking at it as the ones. So we're going to continue to use our place value chart. We can also use those models to help us see these three-digit numbers. So let's look at this example from our Ready Math book. It says these two paintings are in the school art contest. Which painting has more votes? So we see here in the problem itself that it tells us that this painting has 467, this one has 463. And so we're going to compare the place value, all right, and be able to decide which number is bigger. So we can start with our quick draw. Remember, you might not always have base 10 blocks that you can use to model these numbers, but you can do a quick draw. So instead of our base 10 blocks for hundreds, we draw big squares. So here in this number, 467, I have 4 squares representing my 4 groups of 100. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines that represent the 60, and then 7 ones. And for our second painting, 463, we have the same setup. We drew some hundreds blocks, 4 of them. We drew 6 tens, and now 3 ones. And so then we can look at these two models and compare. And we kind of do that matching up, one to one, seeing which one has more that don't match up. So if I think about matching up what I see here, I can start at the hundreds place, and I see that these match up, these match up, these match up, and these match up. So in my two numbers, the digit in the hundreds place is exactly the same with the digit 4, which means the value is the same. Both numbers have 400. So I can't look there to compare. So now let me look at the tens place. So I have a group of 10 here that match up. These match up, these match up, these match up, these match up, these match up. All right, so I do those lines to show you that it's the same digit. It's the digit 6 in the tens place, which means it has the same value, 60. So I can't look at that place value in order to compare. I'm going to have to look at the ones place. And I see in this number at the top, I have 7 ones. Down here, I only have 3 ones. So if I try to match them up, there's going to be more up here than there is down here. So this number right here, 467, painting A, is going to have more votes and win the contest, all right? How many more votes did they get? Let's count. So again, there's 3 down here. I can mark off the 3 right here. So I can mark off this, this, and this. And 1, 2, 3, 4. They got 4 more votes. All right, it's a pretty close contest. All right, but this one right here got 4 more votes than painting B. Now that's looking at it through our model, but we can look at it the same way through our place value chart. Again, we wrote down the digits in each place. So there are 4 hundreds in both numbers, 6 tens in both numbers. So again, they are the same. So when they're the same, we can't use those to help us determine which one is bigger because they're exactly the same. But in the ones place, I see right here, again, that 467 has more ones than 463. Now, the other thing in our book, it wants us to start using those what we call inequality symbols, or those symbols that show which one is greater than or less than. And so that's something we have to practice. You've seen it before, and you may have thought about it in the terms of like alligators, which one's eating which, but we're going to want to start to use the correct names for these symbols, and they're called the greater than or less than symbols. So here's our two numbers, 467 and 463. Those are the votes from our two paintings. We've already looked at it and we've compared, and we know that 467 is going to be the bigger number. All right. So again, you may have referred to this as the alligator eating the larger one, but we're going to start to use some better terminology for that. And this is going to be our greater than symbol. So we would say it like this. 467 is greater than, and if you'll pardon my writing, 463. So let me say it again. 467 is greater than 463. And again, that is our greater than symbol. All right, so when we're comparing three-digit numbers, we have to compare the different place values, and when they are the same, you got to find down to where they are different. And so in our example here, the ones place was different. There were more ones in 467 than there were in 463.